Now getting some breaking news on the broadcast at the top of 3 p.m. And this is good news as the first batch of Agniveers of the Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry were attested in a befitting ceremony today at the regimental the centre in the presence of their emotional parents and proud instructors. The young boys, remember, have now been transformed into confident, capable and proud soldiers and citizens of the country. And this entire ceremony happened at the Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry Regimental Centre as the first batch of Agniveers have now been inducted into Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry. They were attested today in the presence of their parents and their instructors, and they are now all pressed into service. Before that, this was a huge ceremony that was marking the attestation process when it is about them joining the Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry. Remember, this is the first batch of Agniveers who have been inducted in. We understand that the training of the first batch had began in January. They, in fact, were also being trained after the visit of the Northern Army Commander, Lieutenant General Manoj Dwivedi, who was reviewing the progress of the first batch of Agniveers, and after months of that training, they have finally been attested, and this becomes a proud moment for not just the Agniveers but also their parents and the instructors. Remember, the training began in January in the presence of the Army Commander, he was reviewing the preparedness of the Agniveer training facility there in Jammu and Kashmir. The Light Infantry Regimental Centre, which is on the outskirts of the Jammu city. We also are given to understand that young people of Jammu and Kashmir, they have shown considerable amount of interest in Agniveer recruitments, and all of them were really keen on being inducted into the Indian Army. And the recent recruitments also have shown the tremendous enthusiasm in the form of the huge numbers that had turned up for the recruitment process. And now finally, all of them have been attested into Light Infantry. Let me actually take this across to my colleague Ishan Vani, who's joining us on the broadcast. Ishan, this is a proud moment for the Agniveers and also their parents as this young bunch of boys they get transformed into being confident and capable soldiers who would be fighting for the country.
Well, yes, after a lot of, hard work of 24 weeks, this is the first batch of Agniveers of JAK Light Infantry who were attested today in a briefing, in a ceremony held at JK Light Infantry Regimental Centre. Now, we already know that, there have been a lot of, questioning around Agniveers, but there were youth who came forward and have now joined the Agniveer into the Indian Army. 24 weeks of really rigorous training of fitness, which, tests your skills, which tests a lot of hard work. They have been skilled and made mentally robust to deal with any kind of situation. Because this was something which, a lot of questions were, raised about the sort of procedure that will follow in the Agniveer. But yes, a lot of youngsters from Kashmir have also turned up from Jammu and Kashmir and are now wearing, olive uniform and are ready to be deployed at several important locations. In addition to military training, these Agniveers also receive instructions on various subjects, which empowers them to be responsible and also, contribute to the nation as a whole. And that is what is more important, because we have seen that several leaders at different levels have said that Agniveer will also help in bringing out, citizens who are important to the society. And that is something which is what is expected of these Agniveers even after they leave the army or retire from their short, training and then are joining the army and fighting at different locations. So yes, this is the first batch, and the Indian Army is looking forward for more recruitment that's going to take place very soon.
Ishan, thank you so much for all the updates. There you can see the proud Agniveers as they've been attested into the Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry. Also their parents being acknowledged by the Indian Army. Like Ishan was mentioning, these are weeks of training for them to be heart-built for the ways of the army, and they are now in fact officially inducted, and that's where all these proud visuals are really coming in from. Remember, most of the people were also locals from Jammu and Kashmir who'd shown a lot of enthusiasm and a considerable amount of interest in the Agniveer recruitment process. And after this training that began from January under the supervision of the Army Commander, the Northern Army Commander, General Manoj Dwivedi, we are given to understand that the attestation process is now complete. We also were, in fact, told about how when Lieutenant General Mr. Dwivedi had visited the state-of-the-art Agniveer training facility that is located in the Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry Regimental Centre at Dansal to review the preparedness and arrangements, that's where he'd interacted with the first batch of Agniveer.